What's going on, everyone? Welcome. I gotta come up with a new intro because welcome's kind of getting old here, but let's just hop into this. Today, we're in Universe Sandbox 2 again for some more shenanigans. And this monitor isn't what this one's seeing, so this is just the Xbox One is on, but anyways, so that's not going to be interfering with this. I like to have it on sometimes with the laptop, but I thought this time I'm just going to look at the laptop screen because it has better picture anyways. It's newer, but that's besides... Is it besides the fact? I don't know. Anyways, welcome back to Universe Sandbox 2. We're here for some more shenanigans, playing around with our solar system. We're going to see what happens, when we can switch Mars and Earth. We're going to switch their positions. I'm going to see if we could terraform Mars by switching the positions. Obviously, that's not too realistic. And if there is any way we could do it, we'd probably cause a lot of damage with different things. And it would take really advanced technology that we wouldn't have for years and years, maybe even centuries. Because right now we could hit it with heavy stuff, but that wouldn't be real controlled because that would probably fly out somewhere into the solar system or just damage it and damage other planets. Just wouldn't be real smart. And that's something that could happen naturally anyways, but it probably won't because we got Jupiter to absorb all the big asteroids and big things that could hit us. But I just want to see what would happen if we could switch out Earth and Mars, and this is going to be pretty easy, so I'm definitely going to be doing stuff to Mars because I want to try to terraform it in the process. I'm just obsessed with terraforming Mars. So I'm going to go ahead and place Mars where Earth is because Earth is like orbiting around the sun in a perfect circle, so this will be placed like perfectly. See, it's like aligns perfectly. Place it like right there. And then erase Earth. So Earth is gone. Now we have to place Earth or Mars. It's not going to be a little different because Mars isn't orbiting in a perfect circle like that. It's kind of off, so we'll just go ahead and place that right there. And delete Mars. So now we kind of just changed up their positions. Earth is going to freeze over, and Mars is definitely going to heat up quite a bit. Maybe the polar caps will melt. We're going to try that out. So I'm going to bring up time a bit here. It's going to be a little buggy. We're going to keep our eye on Mars here, see how it'll warm up. And then we're going to start playing around with his atmosphere, giving it a magnetic field and everything so that we could really make it habitable. Because this is one way that it could happen, but it can't happen this way. Because there's no way we could just change their positions, like, realistically at all right now. That's science fiction, and that will remain science fiction for quite a while, but I do know that this is just a good way to kind of experiment our own little fun way of terraforming Mars and killing off Earth. Or at least killing off life on the surface of Earth. Because I'm sure, like, under all that ice, there's still liquid water. So sea creatures that can live in cold water will probably live fine. Like, I don't know, lobsters and crap, they can all live fine under the water. But humans are for sure dead unless they can live in caves. But I don't think anyone's that smart. When you're panicking that bad, you're not thinking. So you're probably just thinking, well, we're going to die. You're not thinking, oh, let's go into a cave where the temperature will remain constant and it'll be more habitable. So it looks like it's going to stop right here. It's still pretty cold. So we can play around with the climate here. If we go to bar, we're going to give this maybe like, I don't know, 0.005. No, that's still, nah. We'll go 0.05 then. Then we'll see how that heats it up. Still not that much. Just gonna bring it up quite a bit. Play around with the albedo. We'll just see. We'll just keep bringing this up. Because we're definitely getting closer and closer to good temperatures. I mean, once it hits at least like maybe 5 degrees Celsius, that's kind of comfortable. I mean, we probably have to stay indoors a little more. It's still kind of cold weather, but that's definitely comfortable. We just don't want it to be below 0 because that's not good. Bring up the... There we go. Look at that. That's definitely going up. We want to keep that controlled, though. So we'll play around with the albedo. Keep that like 32. That's how Earth is, I think. At the same time, we're going to give it a magnetic field, so we'll just do 0.3 Gauss, because then we can have a good magnetic field to keep our atmospheric mass from going down, because a magnetic field will prevent solar rays from stripping away the atmosphere, and we really don't know if it's the molten core that gives it a magnetic field or what causes it, but right now Mars just doesn't have one. But then Mercury doesn't have an atmosphere. Venus has a really thick atmosphere and it's closer to the sun, but it doesn't have a magnetic field, and it still isn't being stripped of its atmosphere. That's just a question I have. How is that possible? Is it even the magnetic field that's protecting it, or what's going on here? I don't know. Maybe it's because the atmosphere is so thick that it won't be stripped of it. It's science is confusing, to put it there. So it looks like I think this is going to remain constant. The surface temperature is at a comfortable temperature now, so that's good. And maybe bring this up to 3. And then we'll go ahead and just give it a little more of an atmosphere. And then we'll go ahead and start adding water to it. So water. I think we can go ahead and just stop time for a minute so I can get in up close to this, adding the water. So it's a lot bigger and I can see here. Just so it's not clicking, we'll do that with the touchpad. Okay, so we added I think that's a bit too much. Okay then. Just like that. I think we have a fair amount of water there. Thick atmosphere. Yep, we got different islands, patches of land, continents, so that's definitely looking good there. I'm liking it. Okay, well, I just want to get a look at everything here. Is there a way that I could make this whole thing whole? There we go, just like that. So yeah, that's definitely enough water, atmosphere, everything. So right now the planet should be comfortable. Keep an eye on the climate. So I don't think that's going to change too drastically. So we'll bring that back down. So that's good. Now let's see the effects that have been... Yep, Earth is just a big ice ball. Look at that. I'm sorry for my hair. I know, it's so amazing, but so not amazing. Anyways, Earth is a big ice ball. Look at that, -74. So it's pretty much in the same situation, the same condition that Mars was in, or that Mars is in right now. But then when we switch them out, now we kind of change it. So Mars is in a good position and Earth isn't. It's like, obviously you'd change it. So just seeing how you could slightly shift its distance from the sun, and that will really screw it up. Freezes over the whole planet. The only life that's on the planet is possibly life that's under the ice where there's still liquid water, because I know it's probably still liquid water under the ice, but everything on the land is probably dead. So yeah, we really screwed up there. But I'm liking how Mars is turning out. I just love Mars, because Mars isn't really the best idea though for living on, terraforming. I really think about that. But like I said, Titan is, and that's another thing I'm probably going to do in this video, is now we've seen what happens here. We're going to put Titan in Earth's position, and we're just going to delete Earth. We'll put Earth orbiting Saturn so that we could have Titan there, and we're going to see how Titan turns out, because Titan already has ice on its surface, and if we could hit it with a meteorite or asteroid, whatever, comet, we could heat it up. That'll release oxygen into the atmosphere and liquid water, and it'd probably be more of a water world. But at the same time, that's fine, because I'm sure we could work a way around it, because by then I'm sure we'll have some kind of technology to work our way around it, because we're water world or not, if it's habitable, we're going to need to go there, because Earth, like I said, is screwed, and humans are endangered species. Let's just face it, we're endangered, we're screwed unless we can figure out a way to live on some kind of habitable place. I don't care anymore what place it is. It probably won't happen in my lifetime, of course, maybe a mission to Mars, but I guess that's a good reason why I shouldn't care. But now that we've seen what happens there, we're going to go ahead and reload the simulation. We're going to go ahead and pause that, and we're going to go ahead and grab Titan, go into here. Where can I find Titan? Well, not in rings, that's for sure. How about moons? There it is, Titan. We'll go ahead and plop that right there where Earth is. And we'll go ahead and delete Earth. So now we have Titan orbiting our sun, which is a heck of a lot smaller than Earth. It's more like a... Let's compare it to Mars, because it is kind of red. That's just its atmosphere. But let's compare it to Mars here. It's just maybe like 50% Mars' size. So it's even smaller, but I'm sure we're not going to be bringing the whole human race to this planet. We're going to be screwing quite a few people over. But we're bringing over enough humans, enough scientists so that we could survive here. So we're going to go ahead and cut off its... just the look of its atmosphere, the texture. And we're going to see it's just a solid gray moon. It's got a bit of a core. I'm going to go ahead and plop some water down onto it. Do a touchpad again. So now we can give the planet a bit of water. So there we go, just a touch more. And then we'll give it back its atmosphere. So we can see all the clouds in the atmosphere now. And it's still not good. We're going to have to give it a magnetic field, because if it was in Earth's position and didn't have a magnetic field, all the solar rays would strip it of its atmosphere, and it'd be just another Mars sitting in our solar system. That wouldn't be good. So go ahead and give it just the same as all the other ones, 3. Show its magnetic axis. So it's going to be tilted a little bit. Now its temperature is definitely comfortable, actually. So I'm thinking maybe we won't have to touch its atmosphere. It's comfortable temperature. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit. So yeah, maybe we'll give it like 1.50 bars. Oh yeah, because it would definitely cool down a bit. So yeah, we do want to give it a few more. I'll go ahead and bring down the albedo to like 15. So that's definitely going to warm it up a bit. So let me go ahead and fiddle with this a bit. Just want to bring that down so it's comfortable. Maybe we could bring that at like 22. Still going down. I'll go ahead and bring up time a lot more then. Still going down. Okay. Let's see, then we'll let this go back to how it was. I think it was 30. And then we'll give it back the one that it had, 1.02. We'll just put that. We'll go ahead and do that. And we'll see it's still going down, so then we're gonna have to bring that back up. Your boy done goofed here. Thicken that atmosphere. Get out of there. Let's just play around with the albedo, because if we make the atmosphere too thick, then it won't be real habitable for people. So we'll bring that back to there. We'll play around with the albedo, because that's not going to affect how habitable it is. I mean, it will with its temperature, but it's not going to make it so pressurized that when you stand on it, you get crushed or you break your bones. So this is going to be good right about there. 21 should be good. So really, then we can go ahead and slow time down. There we go, 2 minutes a second. And okay, we kind of screwed that up. We'll just do that, so that looks a little better there. So there we go. All of our other planets are still fine, and that hasn't affected them. But Titan would make a decent Earth. It's in fine condition to be Earth. It'd be just fine as an Earth. It definitely wouldn't look that much like Earth. It doesn't look real habitable. But in reality, Titan is really habitable, and if we could fix it up, we could definitely live on Titan. I mean, Mars could make a good temporary place to live, but Titan would be a little more permanent, and maybe another world in a different solar system, if we could find one that's, like, better, an exoplanet is what it's called, then that could be even more permanent. We just need to keep finding places where you could live, maybe multiple planets more than just one more, and I think that's kind of their plan, but I don't know, I'm retarded here, you gotta understand that. But I don't know. From what I've seen here, this is definitely really habitable, really good. We did have to fiddle with it a little bit, but I think in the condition it was when we plopped it down, if you just played around with the albedo a little bit, gave it a thicker atmosphere, then it would have been absolutely fine. So I'm going to cut it off here. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please click that like button. Twitter, Instagram, links in the description. Peace.